And get started. Welcome everyone. Good evening and welcome to our community meeting. This is the first community meeting of the 2022 year for the Junction Coalition. And I just wanted to say Happy New Year, and I hope everyone's holidays were fun, filled with, in spite of this pandemic, seeing family, friends, whether it was in person or via Zoom or whatever it was. I just hope and pray that everybody had a good time and enjoyed their family and friends and everything. So right off the top on the agenda is the introduction of the owners of the Clark gas station. And if you guys are on here, thank you so much and welcome. We appreciate your business. We appreciate the Clark gas station in the Junction community. And if you want to go ahead and introduce yourselves, that would be great.
Hello, can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can, Mr. Rivers. How are you?
All right, all right. How you doing? How you doing, Ms. Weber?
Okay.
All right.
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Hanging in there, hanging in there.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I was just able to get in, so.
There you go.
Just let everybody know I'm on here.
Okay, all righty.
Okay.
With that, can we have an introduction of the owners of the Clark gas station, please?
Yes, I'm John Kusa, and I am one of the owners. My cousin Atif is also here.
Hi, my name is Ali Shebri. I'm a real estate developer. I work closely with the owners before in the Detroit area, and I wanted to give my impression and input on their work ethics and the way that they have the kind of work that they've done in the past with me and other projects that I've witnessed as well. So thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here. So is that three? Okay, I see someone just came in. Hello, how are you?
Yes, how are you? I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for having me. My name is Ali Mekdad, and I am currently the fuel supplier for the location at 1201 Dorr Street. And I am here to display my support and continued support for the location, as well as the owner and the establishment. And just to voice my my personal ongoing relationship with them and how it's been.
Okay, all righty. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You're welcome. So,
Hello.
do you guys? Oh, hello.
Too. Hi, my name is
Hi.
Jill Brandiana, and I'm also here as a character reference, if you allow it, for one of the owners of the gas station, Atif Hamad. And I work with him in several of his locations. I am a paralegal at a law firm, and I'm also a part of the Taylor, Michigan City Council. So I've had the pleasure of working with him on several projects, and I just wanted to say what just offer anything that I could in support of him. He's a great businessman. I enjoy working with him.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that. With that, Alicia, I know you're on mute. Did you want to comment or say anything before I make any comments or anything?
No, I just think that it's important for us to hear. Before I go any further, Kayla, can you send Dave the link? He's attempting to get on. But I think it's important for us to, as a community, all of the community members that are here and those that will hear this meeting on the social media website, for us to understand that it is always a blessing to have small business in our community, but it's also necessary that small businesses honor and take care of the community. And during our meeting earlier, I believe that the owners of the Clark gas station are wanting to share that they're committed. And so I would like for the community, I see Miss Alexia on and others, to really ask the questions that you want to hear. Mr. Rivers, ask the questions, because you live a stone's throw away from the Clark gas station. You've seen the violence in the past. You've seen the harm in the past to our children and to our community. But this is a time to heal. And I believe that they are all on to hear what we can do together and moving forward. But I just wanted to let everyone know that I believe that this is a change for our community that will be of great benefit. So without further ado, please, our mobile gas station owners, friends, and character witnesses, please present.
Did anyone want to speak to what Alicia was just saying? Alexia, I see you're on. Mr. Ross, anyone? Mr. Rivers, Mr. Lynn, anyone? Mr. and Mrs. Grace? Anyone want to speak to what Alicia just commented on?
Can we recap real quick what she said? I missed it.
I was just sharing, Dave, that in the past, there has been a lot of harm at the Clark gas station. And we're thankful to have the owners on. They will go through their timeline of ownership. They'll go through some of the upgrades they've made. They'll go through, just some of the things that they want to share with community. But I figure it would be a great time to have community share some of their concerns if there's things that they want to address.
I got that. Well, I guess I'll start off. And like Alicia just said, I only live, like I said, a stone's throw from the Clark gas station, and this is directed at pretty much for the owners. I'm 71 years old, and that gas station has been at that location when I started driving at 16 years old. So I know how long it's been there. And for me, I know it's probably a good asset to the community because the next closest gas station after the Clark station is, if anyone's familiar with the area, is the one up there at Swain Field at Monroe and Detroit. But here's the thing. Recently, over the years, it's just been, to put it bluntly, a freaking mess. There's been situations where the big dumpsters are overflowing with all kind of trash hanging out of it. I've seen numerous occasions where late at night, not real late, maybe around 11 midnight, I've driven through there, and there's been police units at the gas station for whatever reason, maybe making an arrest, doing a stop, or they're on a complaint about something. I've heard that people have told me that they've seen sex acts being committed by women behind the building there in the evening at night. And you've got the people that want to go in there to do business, either purchasing gas or whatever other things that are being sold in the station, that they're being confronted by panhandlers hanging outside, just asking for money, begging for money. And for me, it's just a bad look. It's a bad look for our neighborhood. And if you think about it, I mean, people that's lived in the Junction area community for years on end, Dorr Street is, in my opinion, the main thoroughfare in and out of downtown, where people are going back and forth to work. And if they need gas, they go by that gas station. If they see a bunch of, people hanging out and being bothered by customers going in and out, they're not going to stop. And to me, that's basically, affecting your business. So that's my take on it. And like I say, this has been going on for years. And I assume, from what I understand, I guess it's under new ownership. But the point is, whoever is the top owner of this business, or whoever the company is that owns this business, is not like they don't know about this, because this has been going on for years, and we passed it on to the people that are leasing the space, for this business.
I would like to hear from them.
Yeah, I would too. But
Okay, well, I just wanted to get that in there, just to get things going. So,
Thank you,
I
Mr.
agree
Rivers.
with
okay.
Okay, I agree with Alexia. I would like to hear from them.
Okay,
I
all
jumped
right,
off there, sorry about that. But like some of my concerns are the staff different? Are the staff different? Are they looking into hiring people from the neighborhood? Have all the security measures been addressed? Those are some of the things that are on my mind because you know, that was the priority. The safety wasn't being a priority with the previous owner, and we want to make sure with the new owner that those mistakes aren't made, and community voice is heard, and everyone can safely go get gas without being worried.
Anyone from the station want to respond?
Yeah, so this is John. So
Hey,
I
John.
can tell you, it's a pleasure for us being on this call with the community. And I would like you guys to all know that we are the property owners. I believe we've owned it since 2010. I'm sorry, we've owned it since 2005. In 2010, 11 is when the property was leased out to a family friend who ran it for the past 9 years, who we believe they ran it properly for the first 5 years. And when the younger brother came in and took over the station, is when things started happening, not to our knowledge. So, long story short, to bring to your attention the garbage, the dumpsters, obviously we fenced that all in, we gated it. You're not going to see any of those issues any longer. The panhandling has pretty much stopped. It's kind of hard to try to control a lot of these people, but we've done it to the best of our abilities. They don't come around often. Usually when they're riding the bus in and out, you know, you'll see them pop in here and there. We did hire someone from the community. We do have a young lady working for us in the station from the community. We'd love to hire more people from the community. That would be, you know, for us, it would be a wonderful thing. You know, my family and I, we're driving down there every single day. We will be there every day. One of us will be there to make sure that the station continues to run in the proper form, proper fashion. We will not be leasing it to anybody. This will be a family business from here on out. And we are willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that the community stays safe, the gas station stays safe for not just the elderly, but for the children who are coming into the station now on a daily basis, which we love to see. You know, we're very family oriented. You know, we all have our children, and, you know, obviously we love kids dearly. So we are doing everything we can to make that station where it should be, and you know, in the cleanliness and keeping the riffraff out of there, no longer allowing people to sell the drug paraphernalia like the chore boys and the little glass rose pipes that they were selling. All that stuff is gone. So we're here to help the community, and we want to hear from you guys. What more can we bring and help out? You know, our plans, our intention is on to turn it into more of a grocery facility. You know, bringing in milk, bread, you know, products like that, so that the community can just pop into the gas station, grab what they need, and go home with it, because we are in the center of the community. So we are definitely willing to do whatever it takes to help out the community. And you know, that's where we're at with this. And you know, we've gotten nothing but compliments since we have taken over on December 16th. And every morning, I mean, I spent my entire morning there today. My cousin's there every single day. Him and I switch on and off. And it's been, you know, it's been an eye opener for us, obviously. And we are doing whatever it takes. We had the fire marshal in today, you know, gave us a clean bill of health, making sure we're, you know, 100%, you know, with, you know, the guidelines of the city. And, you know, we're doing whatever it takes to keep the riffraff out of there. You know, obviously the prostitution in the past that was there is no longer, and it will not happen, not on our watch. And anything else we can bring to help. I mean, this is what we're here for. This is what we're here to do. It's a family business. It's a family operation. And, you know, whatever you guys would like to see, anything new, that's what we're here for.
So you're saying, John, when you were leasing the station to other tenants, you weren't aware of all these issues that we were talking about? You weren't aware of all that? I mean, they weren't passing this on to you, or were you not maybe
No,
checking up on them on a regular basis to see what was going on? Or
unfortunately, it was not. My uncle was actually running the station. He was the one who was in charge of it. And, he passed this year, or I'm sorry, he passed last year. And that's when, the boys took the station back over and we started hearing about all the situations that were happening. And when we evicted the tenants and took over, and we did what we had to do to make it right and, make it so that people can come in there, obviously with, paving the place, repainting it. Our goal is to tear it down and build a bigger facility for the community, a much nicer, cleaner facility. It's lit up day and night. We change the hours. It's no longer a 24-hour community because everybody knows that nothing happens good after 2 in.
and you
So
say you plan on tearing it down and just building a whole new facility, a building or whatever?
we would like to.
When's all this supposed to happen?
We've submitted plans to the city, so we're hoping the city allows us to come in there and bring that building down, put in a new facility. Something that fits the community better, something new, something inspiring, something that gives us a little bit more space to put some more groceries in and some more products in for the community. So we'd like to see it happen maybe March, April, when the weather breaks.
Okay.
Mr. Rivers, if you don't mind, my name is Ali Makdad, and
Okay. I think I've talked to you earlier, Ali. Have we talked before?
yeah,
Okay.
no,
All right.
this is the first time,
Okay,
and the
okay.
pleasure's all mine.
Okay.
And I've been the fuel supplier there for the last 36 months, and as you were speaking, I do want to comment to what you said, and there's a lot of validity to what you said. And that station, I want to say probably for the last 24 months prior to the owners stepping back in, it's probably been a thorn in the side, of everyone. Unfortunate due to COVID measures, the eviction took a little longer than it was supposed to as far as the tenant, and then he strung it out as long as he could. Now, I do know the owners, and I know them on a business level. So, I'm being as transparent as I can, and I'm speaking what I know. I know Mr. Hamid is a gentleman that does what he says and says what he does. I've worked with him on several other projects, and I couldn't have been more delighted when I found out he finally got possession of the station. For the first time, I visited the location in 12 months because me, myself, as a fuel jobber and a distributor selling gas at that location, at times I was worried myself coming into that location, even for a small meet and greet. And for the first time in 2 weeks, I actually felt like, my God, is this 1201 Door Street? I can't believe it. From the parking lot to the pumps, to the cameras, to the cleansingness. And, sky's the limit. And I know Mr. Atif, and I know what he's got and what he can bring to the table. To key on what the gentleman was just saying on the new building that was coming here, I think that if anything is minute to what that location's possibly going to look like in the near future. And I'm 100% confident. And they say the proof is in the pudding. And I was there 2 weeks ago. I basically surveyed the customers and myself. I asked them how they felt about coming here, because we did have some pushback from ExxonMobil as far as, the location being clean and, drivers not wanting to drop fuel there because, it was dangerous at nighttime. And then, I want to say from September to current, probably in the last 120 to 180 days, we've gotten nothing but A1 reviews, and the location's completely turned around. I can't express my gratitude to Mr. Hamid, and, thanking the good Lord that he's back in his establishment and running it.
And I agree. I'm saying every day when I leave my home, I go in one of two directions, either left or right. And if I go right, and the majority of the time I do go right, I go by that gas station, I would say every day about 95% of the time, whenever I leave my house to run errands or whatever, I go by that gas station, and I have noticed the changes. Because
Have you noticed the changes?
Oh yeah, I have noticed. I have noticed. I guess
Good.
at night, I guess it's all lit up, which is nice.
There we go.
Yeah,
I'm so
and I
happy.
know. I guess and when I drove by there, and I saw that they were tearing up the lot there where the pumps are. I said they repaving this place, and they repaved it. I mean, it looks
Oh,
great. And I'll give you your props. A lot has been done, but
well,
but my issue was, I guess, why did it take
don't
us to
that long? You're absolutely right.
Why did all these situations come up where there was a bunch of complaints from the neighborhood, from the residents
Right.
before anything was done? And that's
Well,
and that's the thing
that's
with me.
definitely
I mean,
that's definitely
it
a
seems
valid
like
concern.
when a business, not necessarily yours, but when any business is under the ground, is under the gun with residents in the community about the safety issues and things of that nature, that's when they start making the changes. But why did it have to get to that point?
No, and I want to comment to that, if you don't mind. I
Okay.
appreciate you giving him credit. Don't give him too much credit, because I still want him to do a lot more work there.
Right,
in putting up a new building there. So that's what our goal is. We have big dreams and ambitions for that location. Now, as far as the affirmative action and why the delay, I think that's more of a legal issue. I think with COVID, and I hate to sound redundant about it, but I think with COVID that there's a process that you have to go through as far as evictions. And I think with certain municipalities and certain governments and things of that nature, I think it takes a little longer than it was. I think the eviction process used to be 30 to 90 days. I think now it's sitting almost at 12 months. And it all depends on what state and what municipality you're in, and how long they're giving COVID relief and extensions. So if I had to guess, and I don't know this for a fact, but if I had to guess, I would say that the prior tenant probably took advantage of the system and was playing the games, and probably put Mr. Hamad through the ringer to get him out. But I'm not sure about that. But I could almost assure you, based on what I hear out here today, that's probably what did happen.
Okay, all right.
Mr. This is a tough Harman. I want to introduce myself to everybody. What Ali said from mobile. There's the main thing that was my dad passed away in February last year, and one of the things that my dad was handling the gas station, and he was handling everything from A to Z. So we weren't involved at that time. We got involved in October. That's the time when I got involved in it, and I filed the eviction, and that's the time I went and evicted the tenant in December after I got all the court order and everything. That was last year. With updating the gas station, what I did is I started closing from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. When I went the first 3 days of the station, I think I started Friday in the afternoon. So I started seeing things. I've been in those kind of positions in other gas stations in different city, in different state. So when I went to the station, the first 2 hours, I start seeing people outside, standing outside. I start seeing people doing drug dealing. And I start finding stuff every hour. What was the problem at the station? So the first thing I did, I started closing the station from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. I stopped all those Troy Boy and glass. I stopped selling them. I went and installed 16 cameras outside. This is like when I did the parking lot, and I did all the painting, and I changed a little bit of the facing of the gas station because of the tenant. What he did, he went and did the extension to the gas station without submitting a permit to the city. So the city was making an issue on that. So I have to go hire a new engineering to start submitting new plans to the city and work something out with the city. And that's why we decide to do the new plans and demolish the station and rebuild a new gas station over there. This is gonna take like whatever the city get back with us, approve the plans. Then after that, we're gonna start doing the construction on the station. We're gonna keep it open until we get the plans and everything done. And I've like in the summertime, I know there's a lot of people that come after hours, and like, you know, customer tells me, hey, this is used to be at the station. People come and stand on the pump for an hour, wouldn't give us a chance to go fill up gas because either they're making a phone call or they're rolling the plant or they're doing that. So I hire somebody from the community, like especially on the weekends, we have that problem. And I do it sometime myself. I go stand outside when they fill up their gas. You know, I tell them like nicely, I was like, hey, you know, I mean, you can't stand on the pump. You have to go handle your business somewhere else. So that's one of the issues that we had, and 90%, I like everything is totally different. Like if you come in and stand next to me at the gas station, I'm there every day from 5 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to come in and just sit next to me behind the counter, and I want you to hear all the compliment that you've been hearing from people. You know what I mean? With the gas prices, like Mr. Ali, I begged them to give me a better deal because the station is only selling, it was selling 25,000 gallons to 30,000 gallons of gas a month. When we usually buy gas, Mr. Ali will explain it to you, we usually get like 9,000 gallons of gas. So, you know, gas prices change every day. So I have to beg them to give me a discount, and I have to lose some money to try to make the community get a cheaper gas than anybody. Like if I do 60,000 gallon, gas will be like 3-4 cents cheaper than what we're getting it right now. So that's my plan. My plan is I need help from the community. I want to be there for the community. And if there's anything that you can see that I need to change, please bring it to my attention. I'm there every day. I'm doing 7 days right now. I already hired somebody from the community. I need 2 more people. But the thing is, I can't hire more people until I get everything situated with the city plus with the community. So for me I can't promise somebody a job without, like, I'm telling them, hey, the city is gonna shut me down. You see,
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. We definitely appreciate your invitation to come in to you know, meet with you and look at all the progress and everything at the gas station. In my opinion, it is a good thing that everything is being done over there, especially since it is on a main thoroughfare of the Junction community of Dorr Street, going into downtown, going out of downtown, and then also right across the street from the library, right across the street from the school. One of the things that we definitely advocate for is safety in our community. And when you know, students are going in and out of the school and the library and everything, we just want our community safe. We want our community healthy. We want it to be, and we want it to look inviting. And also too, sir, my condolences to your family with the passing of your family member. And anything that we can do as far as setting up is some meetings with you. We invite you to become a member of the Junction Coalition, any of your partners and anyone that would love to come and participate in any of our events. If we could, you know, sit down in another meeting and discuss how we can further partner, because, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said, sure. I mean, I don't have, like, I told you that earlier. I don't have no problem to be a member. I want to be there for the community because I know the community is there for me. So if there's anything that we could agree on for us to be part of the community and anything that we could help, and like you see, I even contact the principal for the school across the street. I sent him an email. I introduced myself to him, and I told him in the email, you know, I want the kids to come in. If there's anything I could do for the kids, I'll be more than happy to do it. I don't have no problem with that. This is gonna bring more business to me. It's not like I'm just doing it like that, but I want to prove the business over there.
Right. Right.
Alicia, do we have a community benefits agreement in place? And how do we ensure that this change isn't temporary?
Hold on just a second, mommy. So yes, ma'am, we're gonna meet next Wednesday with our attorneys and put one in place. And kind of talk through, but today I wanted to make sure that everybody talked about what they wanted to see. You know, we have events that the mobile may not know about. Our rib off, our school book bag giveaway. You as one of our prominent daycare facilities. So yes, ma'am, we are definitely going to be talking through that.
My only suggestion to me as I sit up here right now, because I don't come here and I live right around the corner, so I needed to come here and actually see the changes in place. Yes, I don't see people loitering out here anymore. It definitely felt unsafe for me as a woman to even come here and just get a quick $10 of gas. So that I do notice is a change. There is no loitering. I would definitely like some more curb appeal to happen because as we change the block of change our main corridor, we want to make sure that this gas station also has some curb appeal to it. I did notice that the garbage can is in some housing. So thank you, Jesus, because that garbage was a terrible eyesore.
Yep.
I have noticed as I sit here, there are a lot of lights out here. So that's why the curb appeal is even more necessary because we don't want a well lit, poorly looking place. So the curb appeal definitely has to happen. I don't see 16 cameras though. I see one camera. Not that they all should be oh so visible, but that part as a woman, I would just be concerned because I like to look up and just see a camera here and there, and I only see one.
Sure.
I
If
do
you
notice
go
a
inside
lot.
the gas station, man, you will see I have a TV with all the cameras on it, so people even could see themselves outside the station. And uh, there's a lot of cameras that have been hiding too. So if you see those big
Gotcha.
cameras, I got those blue lights in there too. And
Yeah, you know, when Mr. Hamad said he had 16 cameras, I had to verify it for myself. So I
Mhm.
actually walked in the station. There's a 43-inch TV that sits to the right of the register that's visible to both the gas station clerk and the customer, and then you can see yourself out there. There is actually 16 cameras.
Okay.
Okay, that's great. That's great.
And then as
Thank-
far as the
That
curb appeal, you're absolutely 100% correct. I agree with you. And this is the tip of the iceberg. And I think I'm excited for what's to come. And I think Mr. Hamad, out of all people, he's definitely a man of his word and his involvement with the community. You know, I think he's a good asset to have for that community. And like I said in my prior voicing earlier, that he says what he does and he does what he said. He's a keeper, in my opinion.
And thank you guys, and we definitely are going to look forward to having a long-term, lasting partnership within the Junction community with the Clark gas station and everyone. With that, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next item on our agenda for today. And you guys are all welcome to stay on. Everyone that for the Clark gas station, welcome to stay on, because then you get to hear about some of the things that we're doing in the community. And it's exciting. It's really exciting. So
sure,
the next,
go ahead.
oh, go
I'm
ahead.
gonna say, and so I appreciate. I just want to say thanks to the real estate and to the mobile guy and Miss Jill and my cousin John. I appreciate it. If they want to leave, they could leave, but I'm gonna stay and hear everything that goes around the community. I appreciate it.
And Hamad, like I say, this is Rivers again. I live just like I say a block away, and I think I will stop in there. You know, maybe if you're going to be there, you know, during the day.
I'll be
maybe
there in the
stop.
morning. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm there from I'll open at 6, but I'm usually there at 5:30 in the morning, and I
Okay.
usually stay till 3-4 o'clock in the evening.
Okay, well, probably in the afternoon. I don't get up that early, 6 o'clock, because I'm retired. You know, and retired
God bless.
people don't
I'd
get up.
like to also
Retired
comment
people
if
don't
there's
get up
still
that
time,
early.
if it's possible.
Sure.
What's that?
If I would like to also just comment. I know you moved on, but if I can have a few minutes just to address the last question that I heard regarding someone asked, how do we know if this is going to be temporary? You know, the changes that Mr. Hamad are doing. I'll reintroduce myself. I'm Ali Shebli. I'm a real estate developer. I worked on a project with HUD and the city of Detroit called the Harman Gardens housing project. It was a historical project that was demolished and new multi-housing was developed right where one of Mr. Hamad's gas stations are on Southfield and Joy in the city of Detroit. And that was back all the way back in 2009, I believe. That's when we started working, and that's when I met him. And he had just purchased his gas station, which was closed down, which was blighted. And we met, and I told him that I hope you're going to put this into high standards, because this project is one of the biggest public-private cooperation projects involved in HUD, City of Detroit, and our firm. Mr. Hamad did not fail to impress. He built that gas station. He made it look like state of the art. And now to address that question, that was 2009. You go to that gas station today, and it looks like it was just built. So this is a man that is experienced and knows what he's doing. And I've always been impressed with the type of work that he's done. And it's a community that was, it was not one of those suburbs where businessmen go and like to pour their money there. That was a close-knit community in the city of Detroit. And the man did not fail to treat it like it needs to be treated, which is with care and attention. And that's why I feel very confident that this is what will happen in this gas station. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome, and thank you for that comment. Really we appreciate that. So on the items, the item next is the City of Toledo and the lead line replacement. And it was brought to our attention that a Facebook post came across on Facebook for the Junction community and also the Inglewood community to say, come and get your lead lines changed, come and get your lead lines changed. And that is the only information that got out to the community to get lead lines changed.
And the
So
reason, Eunice, the reason why that is an issue is because we have a host of residents and community members who sit on the water task force with Nick Comines, Cindy Geronimo, and the social media update came from Cynthia Wicks. How do many of our residents in our community do not have internet,
social media,
or do not have social media, even on their phones. So I think that it's appropriate. I see Mama Lynn is on and Alexia is on. If we shoot an email and say, can we please have a conversation in regards to public service announcements as it relates to the wealth and well-being of our children, our elders, and our lead lines. The lead lines, if you have a leak, you can call the city. If you have a lead line or you're experiencing any discoloration in your water, you can call the city. That's what was on that. I think that's pretty important. Just a month or so ago, 2 months ago, the city hosted a press conference in the Old West End neighborhood, but they're not doing any work in the Old West End neighborhood. They're presently replacing the lead lines and or doing work on our blocks. Alexia was able to send pictures, and we did get a response from Mark Riley that he was going to get a crew out. Family, please understand the importance of water. When your children consume this water and there's any amount of lead, this can be an issue for cognitive disabilities. It can be an issue for juvenile delinquency. And we know the suspension rates in our community. So Mama Lynn and Alexia, I know that you all are on from the Water Task Force. Is that something that you can do for us and ask for next month's meeting for us to have a conversation about public awareness?
Even invite them to the meeting, Alexia. Yeah, just have them come on to the meeting with us. Because like Alicia just said, I mean, a lot of our residents are seniors and they don't have internet service. A lot of them don't even know how to use computers, and they're in the dark when it comes to getting information about all of this.
And they have canceled the last 2 meetings, as Alexa shared with me. So it is time now. If we need to do a press conference, if we need to say, enough is enough, us too, let's do that, because the ARPA funds that the city received were for the communities of marginalized communities, BIPOC, Black, Indigenous, people of color. And we definitely fit within that. So we want to see the result. And so Alexa, if you would take that charge, make sure that Mama Lynn is CC, myself and others, all those people on the water task force. Enough is enough.
Yeah.
One of the things, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead, Mr. Rivers, go ahead.
No, I was just joining you. No, I'm okay. I'm good.
One of the
Someone else
things that
wants to go.
in talking with Alicia that I had suggested was flyers in all the community agencies in the Junction area, at the library, at the schools, at the stores, at the gas station, because that's where
Yes.
we go. A lot of people in the community, you know, these places are within walking distance. And no, we are not on social media like everyone else. And a press conference on top of that would help as well. So having, you know, information in hand for people in our community, the J. Frank Troy Center, have them at the churches and certain things like that, would help a lot with getting the word out about water safety and this lead line replacement.
Yeah, and if we can get some flyers printed up, I'll come by and get them and take them to some of these
And
places.
take them to,
And
absolutely.
yeah, I'll drop them off at some of these places, just get some flyers printed up and let me know. I'll come by and get a handful of them and drive around to the senior center, because my older brother, I know he frequents the senior center. Well, when he came over to Indiana, you know, take them to, like I said, the businesses in our neighborhood, you know, the convenience stores, gas stations, drug stores. Well, I think the closest one will be up there at the Rite Aid, but even still, you know.
Mr.
Well,
Rivers,
Excuse me,
Caleb?
can I say something about that?
You don't
I
have
think
to
we could
pass
get,
out nothing.
I think it'll make it easier if we could get a small TV. It's like a 24-inch TV, and we could put a USB on it and download everything on it. And we could put it on the TV and we could install it in those gas stations or stores, and it keep changing. And it's better than the flyers. It doesn't cost that much. If you guys have the locations, I could help you guys with that too. And it's like a small TV. It could be like front of the counter, and it will say everything about, you know, about the Facebook and everything that we do in the community. And we could have it in there. Most of the business would love to have that too.
Okay.
Wonderful. We'll definitely talk about that Wednesday at 3. Alexa?
Sure.
Definitely organize that. Mr. Rivers, you're not going and handing out anything. And we
Why is that?
appreciate you. You're not handing out a thing. These people will get this information out here. You relax in that nice toasty house. I am going to reach out to Nick Comize directly tonight, because they canceled a meeting that we had in January scheduled. They canceled it in our first meeting that we come back together. It's not until February sometime, and I don't even have the exact date on that, but we're definitely going to get out, because we had already spoken about going door to door, and they didn't have to do anything but hire some youth who can go door to door and put the flyers on all the houses in the neighborhood. So for us to get a random Facebook post, yeah, we gonna handle that, y'all. We gonna handle that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
Eunice, I just want to make sure that everyone knows that Mr. Jimmy Jackson has now taken ownership of the St. Teresa's on Smead and Door, and desires to turn it into a senior residential living facility.
Got the basketball, Jim Jackson?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right.
The conversation is that the Urban Credit Union also is in partnership with him to extend their location. And the issue is, how much and what are they doing to give back to the community? What is the relationship that they will have with the community? Will our residents have first opportunity? Will the Urban Credit Union do communications in regards to different loans, opportunities? You know, and so I see that OC is on here, and that's something that's important for us to talk through. And I'm getting more details. Donnie Miller is going to host a clinic inside of the facility, and she asked for a letter of support, which I will email to everyone for you to read through. And please be transparent. If you are not, and you don't see things that should be on there, change it. It will be a Google document, and I'll send that out tomorrow.
And what you said, Jackson wants to do what now with St. Teresa,
He
Alicia?
wants to turn it into a senior residence living facility, an
Oh, okay,
extension of the
okay.
bank and a
Pardon me?
clinic.
Okay.
There's-
How are we, Kayla, how are we doing on time?
We're at 55. Question, Alicia, can we invite him for us to have, for them to give us a presentation on what all they have planned to offer there, and just what are their plans before we get to agreeing to any letters and supporting anything?
Yes, ma'am. I can send that out, and I'll CC Donnie Miller and let her know that we are looking to have her or some representation of the collaborative to represent next month's meeting. Also, the city is with the old Mott is thinking about putting a clinic there. I know that the radio station, The Juice, was also wanting to go into that facility. So they put together a community board made up of Shantae Brownlee, John Jones, Robert Smith, and other elitists to be able to, and I say that kindly, those are people who are within the governmental sectors, but no community leaders, people who are going to be impacted, was on that call. Because if you ask me, we have Cordelia Martin. We have clinics. Invest in what we already have, and then give us a substation for The Juice where we can get communication out about what's happening in our community.
Definitely, we need to be at that table also, because Sandy Spain was saying something was going on, but she didn't elaborate at the end of the year. I guess they may have still had a proposal out to see who was gonna do what with the old Mont. So yeah, we don't need another clinic.
No,
We don't need
it's
another clinic.
no.
Child
OC, can you
services. So
please?
child services doesn't want to stay in there.
We need something flourishing.
Yeah.
Child services is not really doing what they're supposed to be doing, if you
Oh,
ask
okay.
me.
No, they moved out. They moved back. Once they lift the pandemic, I was told that they're no longer using the space.
They're not? Okay.
So if you would, OC, shoot an email to Shandy Spain. Please CC Alexia, because she's in some of those meetings, and David Ross, and ask what are the plans and how were we missed in sitting at the table in the Mott Library plan. And then I will send an email out and CC everyone to Donnie Miller in regards to presentations for next month.
Got it.
Hey, all right. Well, let's move on. Let's see. Community updates for our programs. Housing. Well, housing is, who is housing? Oh, that's Eunice. Okay, so Eunice is housing. And what I want to say first and foremost is Alexia, you just on and popping, hun. You out there in the community doing what you need to do. She had a podcast on just last week, was it? And she did such an excellent job talking about the programs that are available in the Junction community. And I just want to say thank you so much. Please keep that up, because the more we discuss what is going on, the more people will pick up that knowledge and that information, and the more they will know where to go, who to talk to, and what they need to do to become a homeowner, to clear up their credit, to start savings, to work on budgeting, to do all those types of things. Because the more we get people into doing that, the stronger the community will become. And then the community will go from not just surviving to thriving. And that's what we want. And that's what we look for the Junction community. So thank you so much. With that
we gonna make the Junction a walkable neighborhood.
We're gonna make it. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. With that being said, as far as housing is concerned, we partner with Maumee Valley Habitat for Humanity on the Junction East Side Housing Collaborative, which is that 6 block area, which is bordered by Indiana Avenue on the north, Collingwood on the east, City Park on the west, and Nebraska on the south. And construction is going to be starting soon on two specification homes on Belmont. So they have one buyer, they have a possible second buyer, and I've referred about 4 more people to the Maumee Valley Habitat for Humanity, so we can be able to have people ready and to become homeowners when those houses and everything are built. The one thing about the Maumee Valley Habitat for Humanity program is it is a 1-year program. So when someone is referred to them, they don't jump right into going and filling out a mortgage application with Maumee Valley, because the loan is going to be from Maumee Valley Habitat for Humanity. They're in that program for 1 year. They have to complete some sweat equity and do certain things like that on the house that they choose to want to purchase. And then what I love about Maumee Valley's program is the interest rate is 0%. It's a 0% interest, 0%, no interest at all. Whatever you borrow is what you're going to pay back with to Maumee Valley Habitat for Humanity. And it comes with a lot of other resources and everything, but that program is a 1-year program. So if a person is going to buy a house coming up for 2022, 2023, they want to start that 2023, I'm sorry, they want to start the program now. They want to start it this year, so that by the time that house is built, they are going to be ready to move into that house. So that's the Maumee Valley Habitat for Humanity. That's the 6-block program. That is who we partner with. The other program is Work Your Way Home through the Lucas Metropolitan Housing Authority, their sister agency, the Lucas Housing Services Corp. And so what they did was they took the newer houses that were built in this community, they took those over, Toledo Homes 1, Toledo Homes 2, and City Forest, and then they are refurbishing those houses, and then they're selling them. The sale of the property is in partnership with community lenders, like the banks, Fifth Third Bank, Huntington Bank, Key Bank, PNC Bank, Premier Bank. So if you want to purchase one of those homes, or you know a family member who wants to purchase those homes, we can put the phone number. Kayla, if you can put this phone number in real quick as I'm talking, because I can't walk and chew bubblegum at the same time sometimes. The phone number for that program is called Work Your Way Home. It's 419-259-9445 for Work Your Way Home. The other program, the Maumee Valley, their phone number is 419-382-1964. These are excellent programs for people to come in, to live, to buy a home, to work, if they want to work in the Junction community. That's what we want, and that's what we're looking for. The more homeowners we have, the better we have. Renters are nice, yes, that's good and great, but home ownership is where it's at, because then that money stays in the community, and that homeowner stays in the community, and the community thrives. The one
Eunice, are we talking about these dog houses that are around here? That they're supposed to be? Well, that's what I call them. That's what I call them, dog houses, because they got that big, they got that big metal, I guess, security piece across the front door, across the front of the house, and they got the word dog, DAWG on them.
Oh, oh goodness.
Well, as a matter of fact, I drove around for a few days and took down every single address of one of those dog houses in our community, in our neighborhood.
And that's
yes, those are the houses.
Yes, those are the houses, and we don't want to see that. Well, I want to see a homeowner in that.
That's right.
So those are the houses, and the Work Your Way Home, the 419-259-9445 is the phone number that someone would need to call and everything. Okay. And then if they have any extensive questions or detailed questions, they can always call me, and I can take them through that process and get them to a lender and everything. What's tied to all of these programs, you guys, is always education, understanding the process and becoming a homeowner. So everyone's going to have to take a class on home ownership and understanding that process and what it means to become a homeowner. And that is important. So those are wonderful ways to come into becoming a homeowner. I can't stress that enough. One last thing on housing is the Ability Center has grant money for the Junction community for grab bars, handrails, and if I'm going back and forth with her right now about ramps, but I know they can come in and make modifications into a home, and that is a grant to someone that lives in the Junction community. One of the challenges I'm having with her, and I'm getting ready to have an extensive conversation with this young lady at the Ability Center, is she's going more over to 43609. And her focus really needs to be 43607 and 43604. But they do have grant dollars over there for people that have to have any type of an accommodation in their home. And that number, and that is the Ability Center, and that number is 419-885-5733. Okay.
What is
So
that grant called? So we can look it up and see if they have some type of flyer for it or something.
I'm sorry, say that again for me, David.
What is the grant called?
It is the ProMedica grant. It's called, from when I talked with her, it's through the Toledo Community Foundation in partnership with the ProMedica grant, and it is specific to the Junction Coalition. So when you call 419-885-5733, you let them know you live within the Junction community and you are interested in applying for a grant to get some accommodations and everything for your home.
Kayla, you think you could throw us a flyer together with that? Because that's definitely information that should be shared. And that's something that would be great for running on these 24-inch little TVs we're going to put everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, always just give me the information. Anytime you guys need a flyer, just give me the information. Like, tell me a little bit what it's about so I can get like the right graphics together. But yeah, I can always put a flyer together, no problem.
Mm-hmm. Okay. With that is all the updates I have for housing. Let's see if we can go to who's next on the agenda. Community organizing, Mr. Devon, is he still on? Ms. Megan, did you have anything?
Hello, everybody. So we're still looking for participation for the Joy event that's going to happen in March. It's going to be somewhat of a hiring fair, but in our own capacity. So far, we have participation from Local 500, Metro Parks, and the Goodwill. So we're looking for a lot more slots to fill. We want to get some entrepreneurs in there as well, if anybody wants to volunteer. As far as the circles and verses, we're trying to link up with Family House so we can go there and their kids are already in place, which is a better idea for us overall. So we're trying to link up with them so we can start doing it over there. That's all I've got new.
Okay, thank you so much.
I'm sorry?
What is the Joy?
The Joy is Joy is job opportunities for youth. But the event is going to be a hiring fair. What we want is for the local organizations, the businesses to come out and talk about how their jobs progress, or like Local 500, even if they don't have a particular job open at that time, we still want them to talk about it and describe what it is so we can get our young people thinking about what they would really like to do. Everybody wants to play football. Everybody wants to rap, but only a certain amount of people actually get to that position. So what we want to do is kind of open their minds so they can start looking for or looking at other opportunities.
Okay. Thank you so much. David, did you have anything you want to add, Mr. Ross?
No, but did you give him an update on CNI?
No, go ahead. That was my next thing.
Yeah, basically, we're in the phase of taking care of the early action items. They're up in the air. All you all should be familiar because y'all all attended the event. but trying to figure out what the first action item should be is where we at, and I think community should decide. I don't know. So if you are familiar with it, maybe I should try to get some literature that Malcolm came up with and share it with the group so everyone can look and see what things they think are in order of priority.
Right, because
Um,
oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
and also, as far as circles and verses with me and Devon, we're now trying to create a model to reduce youth delinquency because that's a prevalent problem in the Junction community, and we want to help give people a guide or something to revert to do the work at home and within organizations that service Junction.
Mm-hmm.
So, and another thing is, as far as the Clark gas station, our opportunity is the Facade Grant could pay for murals. So, we could actually get them to file for the Facade Grant and get some artwork on that building that more addresses, more that connects to the community, impacts community. Even another issue that I know of in that area is the crosswalk. So we can even possibly have them file for something that can put some art on the crosswalk to make it a better experience crossing that street because that's a very dangerous street. They've done research that art on crosswalks reduces accidents. How I don't know exactly, but this is opportunity, and the Facade Grant pays for that. So
Sure. I mean, I don't have no problem. This is Ataf from the Clark station. Yeah, I don't have no problem with it. I think you have to go through the traffic control with the city to do that. Is that right, or something that you could do
yeah,
without the?
I'm familiar with the whole process. So basically, it's just sitting down with you all, and then sitting down with community and saying what what would you like to see if that's what you want to do. You know what I mean? What would you like to see? How could we put something on here that impact the community and connect the community to the Clark gas station and your legacy and everything.
Sure,
And
I would
like
love
I
to
said,
do that.
Cindy Spang also, said that she made it easy for artists to make that happen with businesses. So we'll go
Sure,
from
love to do that. I would love to support, and I think I will get a lot of support from it too.
there. Yeah, for sure. I'll pop in there one day and talk to y'all more about it. And then, like I
Sure,
said, but
like
my
I said
process
there.
is doing art that connects to community. So that's just all I ask. I'll help you through that process as long as you okay with it connecting with
Yeah, I'm
community.
okay. Yeah, I'm okay with it, 100%. If you come in, I'm there almost like now every day, 7 days a week. I'm there from, like I said, from 6 o'clock in the morning. I usually leave around 3, 4 o'clock. But if you come in after, just leave your card and I'll be more than happy to call you. If you want to take my cell phone, I could give you my cell phone number right now and you could text me or call me anytime you want. My cell phone is 313-525-1113.
Okay. Moving right along. Jet, Mr. Irons, do you have anything for Jet, or is he still on? Okay, I don't think he's still on. Okay. Any other community concerns, any questions or anything that anyone wants to address?
Oh, has there been any more word on what's going on with the spot down there, the store? Has anybody heard anything or? Well, I guess everybody knows by now. I guess they got busted for and some kind of illegal gambling machine or something like that. But
Yeah.
as far as getting their liquor license or beverage or alcohol license transferred into their name.
I have not heard anything. The last
Okay.
email update we received, that's the only correspondence that I
Yeah,
know.
I'll give Venice Williams a call and find out what's going on with that scenario. I'll
Okay.
give her a call.
All
and
righty.
and update everybody on that.
Hey, do we have any information on that community market concept?
Community market,
Maybe I think we talked about utilizing that dollar store as a community.
the community, have like a community grocery store or something like that.
Correct.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I remember that. No, I haven't heard anything more on it. I think Alicia raised that and as a possibility for us to get involved in. So I'll have to look into that and get with her and look into that and see if that could be something we might want to maybe get involved in. Yeah, that's a good idea, Don.
That was actually one of the other things for the early action planning for the CNI, the community, the neighborhood initiative with LMH.
Oh, okay.
And the early action plans. But one of the things with the early action plan is that project has to be planned out and done and completed by the end of this year, by December 31st, 2022. However, it brought up, in the planning processes, as David spoke of, it brought up some really good points in the community market or community market like that came up. So yeah, it's a lot of discussion still around that, Mr. Lynn, it is. So.
Okay, just wondered.
Yes, sir. Did Ms. Washington, did you have anything that you wanted to?
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
No, I was just glad to hear all the different stuff that's going on. I'm excited about my Clark. I mean, I love my Clark station, but I do have moments where I would drive by it because I'm thinking, nah, not too safe for me right now.
Right.
So I'm excited about hearing that. I'm excited. I mean, I want to hear what's going on with the Jimmy Jackson thing. That was really, really brand new to me.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. Harbor, of course, I do more prevention, even though we are a treatment facility, but anything that we can do to help support anything, if there's an event, that we're always there. But as you build, we also do have senior citizen programming. So I would love to hear what they're doing because we do have a 6-week wellness program. So I would love to see what they're really doing with that. So yeah, I'm always going to be listening, and I do know we have a lot of seniors, so maybe that is a new avenue that I could pursue within Junction to see how we can bring our WISE program to the community. We've been at Mott Branch a couple of times, but maybe we can get into churches or some actual living facilities. So we're always here. We're always here.
Alrighty. Thank you so much. Mr. and Mrs. Grace, did you guys have any questions or concerns, or you want to add anything?
Hey, my name is Dale Grayson. My wife Kelly is here with me, and we are new members. This is our first meeting. You guys.
Well, hello.
Hey.
Welcome.
Yeah.
You guys are blowing me away with a lot of information that's going on right in the community, and I had no idea. My wife and I, we live in the Washington Village Estates down here on Division in Cottonwood.
Okay.
Right.
We've been here 22 years. I'm born and raised in Toledo. I went to Robertson, Gunkel, Scott, all that,
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
A fellow bulldog.
A bulldog in the house.
That's right.
Don't get me going now. Roof.
What's your class year?
78 was my year, but I came out in 77.
Oh man, you're not a bulldog. You're a puppy.
I heard you say earlier you were 71. I'm 61, bro.
All right. Okay. I came out in 68.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I'm not going to be long, but I just want you guys to know that back in September, my wife and I, we recently acquired a property on the corner of Bloom and Junction. Used to be a church, right across from the big, huge church there.
Okay.
A friend of mine, he was the pastor, and a good friend of mine. I grew up in that church organization all my life. I'm a musician, and since 2009, we have a nonprofit called Sacred String Records Incorporated, and what that's all about is preserving the music history of African American steel guitar players, because a lot of people don't even know what that is. But the church we were raised in, called the Church of the Living God, has an 80+ year history of African American steel guitar players, and we've been preserving that history since 2009. Now we've been doing it basically virtually, you know. But now since we have a building, that's a game changer. Now we can bring the community into a better knowledge of it. And the building is going to be twofold. One side is going to be it's called Sacred Steel Music and History Museum. The other side is going to be a performing arts center where we'll have a stage, and we're going to welcome the arts and music and arts of the city. You know, things like spoken word, poetry, folk music, that kind of stuff. No hip hop and all that. They got things for that. We're gonna keep it calm, you know. So this is what we like to bring to the community in that building, and we would look forward to working with you guys any way we can. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Anytime.
That's a great idea. I love that idea.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
That'll be great exposure at Juneteenth celebration. So keep your ears to the street. We'll be talking about the dates and sign up soon.
Okay. All right.
Great. Thank you.
Count us in.
And I think I see the YouTube video too.
Okay, I'm back.
We got a lot of YouTube videos.
Hey, I saw it.
You want to go to YouTube, just put my name in, Dale Grace, D-E-L Grace, and all types of stuff will pop up. You know, it's a church-oriented music, so you know it's safe for you. You know, and if you're raised in a black church, you know we like to jump around a little bit. So,
But it do got some down home blues in it too, though.
yeah, you can hear it. You can hear that.
I heard it.
All righty. Okay.
And Miss Glover, let me say this why you got me stirred up. Hey, we also on Friday nights on Buckeye Cable. We actually have where we are presenting the steel guitar from an African American perspective. Channel 69 at Buckeye Broadband, they call it now, at 9:00 p.m. and on Saturday morning, same channel at 9:30 a.m. They're both half-hour shows, and we've been doing this since 2012.
Okay, what is this again? It's Channel 69?
Yeah, Channel 69 is called The Best of Sacred Steel, and it's called sacred because the music began in the church, and steel because it's played on a steel guitar.
Oh, okay.
And the program on Saturday morning, 9:30 a.m. is called The Gospel of Sacred.
Okay, Saturday at 9:30
a.m. Right.
Okay. And then you said it was another date as well, right? Another date and time?
Friday night.
Friday, thank you.
At 9:00 p.m. You're welcome.
Hey, Miss
Okay, thank you.
And I know we're up against time, but let me say this because one of the brothers talked about that what's that grant? That Facade Grant.
Yeah.
And somebody directed me to that. And when I got down to the fine print, it did say this about the Facade Grant. If you were awarded the money, your property for 2 years.
A promissory note.
A promissory note. And I'm thinking, if this is a grant, why do you need
to put a lien
put a lien on
your property,
your property for that? You know. But so that's kind of what that turned me off from the Facade Grant.
Yeah, we didn't apply for that
Well,
because we own the building, where the nonprofit owns the building free and clear, and we have no desire on actually putting a lien on the property.
This is a program through the city, the Facade program.
Right. If you go to the
one that Sandy is over.
Yeah, the Facade Grant. As a matter of fact, it seems like all of the grant. There's like a white blocks. I can't remember, but whatever from the city, they do have grants available. But the fine print is, if you are awarded these grants, they're going to put a lien on or like a mortgage or a promissory note. They're going to they're going to put something on your building
for 2 years.
For 2 years, and I'm sure they're thinking to make sure that they, get their money back if something happens. I guess.
That's one of the unfortunate things of government funding.
Right.
is something like that. So, you know, I would say you're right. If you don't want that to happen, then you would not apply. But one of the things that we always look for is ways for grant money and resources for people, business owners and homeowners to get the information they need or the assistance they need without something like that, a lien placement on their property.
I'm sure that it's that you complete the work. It's not that you pay it back because you can't pay back a grant. So
But
it's probably
it's still on there, even if you complete it. If you complete the work, it's still on your that
right, but
building.
I'm sure that they
But
probably take it off once you complete the work and
right,
report back. You
yeah,
know,
the
I mean
lien
that
is
makes perfect sense actually.
right. The
That
lien is
if they give you
released.
money to do something, if they give you money to do something that you completed, and then they take it off, that
Right.
makes perfect sense to me.
Or it could be in the form of what we call a forgivable grant, where it's a specific amount or percentage is forgiven over a period of time. Maybe one part of it is forgiven the first year and the other part is forgiven the second year. So it depends on how the structure that is. I have to look into that grant and see,
I'm
or that
sorry,
program
y'all.
and see. So
I missed that piece. What's the grant you spoke of?
The facade grant. She was talking about I'm sorry I didn't catch your name, but she was speaking on the facade grant and having them put some type of lien or something on your property, and I feel like that it's probably till you complete the work.
right.
Oh, or it could be the forgivable thing. Normally, the city liens are on. I mean,
Are
it's a
forgivable.
lien. We call it a soft mortgage, so
A soft
it's
set.
normally forgivable. Just like on my house, I got a grant for $7,500, and it's because I want to make sure you're invested in the community. We paid for you. We gave you $7,500. Now don't leave for 5 years because we're going to take this off in a percentage base. So that's what the forgivable grant looks like. And I would imagine with a facade grant, it will have that same structure because just think about it. We pay for the front of your building to get repaired and then you gone after a year. You're not
Yeah, or
invested in
try
the
to sell it.
community.
Yeah, or
And
just try to sell it.
it depends on the source of the funding as well. Is it home dollars? Is it CDBG dollars? And is it private dollars and certain things like that? So that would be something that I'd want to look and get some detail on. But thank you for
I'll
that.
definitely do some research.
Yeah. But okay, we are wrapping up and we need to wrap up or we are just gonna get cut off in the middle of a conversation. So Miss Kayla, when is our next meeting? Is every third?
It's every third Monday of the month. The only reason we pushed it
Sorry,
to
you cut
this
off.
Monday.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
It's every third Monday of the month. The only reason why we pushed it to this Monday was because last Monday was President's Day. So that is why, but it's generally
Hold
every
on, Kayla. I can't even let you go like that. It was Martin Luther King Day, baby. It was
Martin.
not
Oh, it was.
President's
I'm
Day.
sorry. I'm so sorry. Yes, Martin Luther King's Day. I'm sorry. My head is so
Okay.
flustered. I'm doing homework, but yes, Martin Luther King Day. So you all will get updates. I generally send it out in an email as well as post on the social media. If you are not included in the email, to get the Zoom link that morning of instead of in the afternoon on Facebook, please put your email in the chat and I can add you to that.
Would you please keep my email added for each meeting for each month?
Yes, I will.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem.
Community members, that's all here. I got one challenge. Bring somebody else who wasn't at the meeting with you next month. Let's keep making our
Excellent
meetings
challenge.
grow.
Excellent. That's excellent. Okay.
Sure, I will do that.
All righty. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
guys. Thank you. I
everybody. Have a
appreciate
good
it.
night.
Thank you for your guys' support.
All righty. See
Yeah,
ya.
right away. All righty.